Irfan Razack joins us, Chairman and Managing Director of Prestige Group. Irfan bhai, always a pleasure to have you on ET Now. Thank you for joining us. My first impression of Prestige is it's a Bangalore-based real estate company. You've come to Mumbai and you're moving to NCR. Let's talk about the latter part. How has the experience been in Mumbai and what are the demand vectors looking like in the NCR region?
Morning. Actually, Mumbai, we've been doing pretty well. We've just got 4 projects in Mumbai now, the residential ones, apart from 2 large office. And I think we are faring pretty well there. And we're quite happy with the type of response we got for our sales. And I think Mumbai has done well. And we are looking to launch a couple of more projects very soon. And I believe even those will give us some positive numbers.
The dipstick indicators are suggesting that the real estate demand is strong, but the pricing now seems to be plateauing. Can I say that also applies for Prestige? Because that's a sense I've got, let's say, from a Lodha or from a DLF or Max.
No, I think the price has to plateau. I think if to stay relevant, we have to make sure that the price doesn't just spiral off, because then you breach the affordability barrier. According to me, even now, the pricing has gone up. Now, okay, it's not a function of that we are trying to make more profits. It's just that the construction costs, the land costs, and overheads have gone up, and we do need to make a fair margin. And you've seen our numbers. Always we land up with the single-digit PAT margins. So, but we are trying hard to see that we are efficient, to stay relevant, and to make sure that the price doesn't spiral up and offer a good product to the customer.
Mr. Razack, what are your thoughts on the way absorption is actually happening in these key markets like Mumbai? Because when we look around in the ecosystem, there are massive launches lined up by almost every luxury real estate player. How is the inventory versus absorption around there?
Yeah, now that's a absolutely relevant question. See, absorption, we have to look at it in different parts. One is the sector which is aiming at the mid-income group housing, say between 75 lakhs to 2.5 crores. Now that is where the actual sales will keep happening and you'll get volumes. Now, the moment you go to 5 and 10, it still, you'll get the numbers, but it is slightly slow. And then you have the niche market where it's 25 crores upwards. That's a luxury market. That's a separate market targeted toward a different clientele. So you get those numbers, but you don't get volumes there. So that's how I look at their different buckets, the different target audiences. And obviously, if I do a launch in central Mumbai, I can't offer anything at 2.5 crores. And at the same time, I can't go into the outskirts and do a project which is very high priced. So it's a balance that happens, and that's relevant to every city that we operate in. And I think that's the key, to see that we have the right product, right mix, and the right location to make sure that the volumes keep going up. And one thing I can tell you, the demand is there. The demand is definitely there. And the good part is, and the good news is, and the demand is there from every segment of the residential. So people who can afford to buy larger homes, more expensive homes are buying. And of course, the volumes are coming from the target price that I mentioned to you. So it's an all-round, it's a good time for us where the business is happening and happening pretty fast.
But assuming that, Irfan, in the Mumbai market, you would be in the over 5 crore range itself, right? You would be looking at the mid-premium segment.
Having said that, see, we are working in Mulund. Now, Mulund, I've got volumes there. We've got a large project, which is the Prestige City Mulund. And that's the first segment that we launched is almost 2,000 flats. And out of that, we've sold, say, upwards of 1,600 in the last, if you ask me, in the last 2 years, which has done very well. Similarly, now there's another segment called Prestige Forest Hills and Prestige City, which is to be launched, which the approvals are getting ready. Even that will bring in another 1,600 flats. With that, the project gets more or less completed in terms of sales, and then the only job will be to keep building. Now, we have to look at areas like Thane and some other outskirts so that we get the numbers and we get the pricing right. Of course, when you come into central Mumbai, like you rightly said, it's upwards of 5 crores, and that's a mid segment. I mean, slightly more premium, and they are buyers for it. But then that's a different segment of people that will go for this.
Let's look at the three main verticals for any developer: residential, commercial, and to a large extent, I would say retail. I'm making three compulsive classifications, malls largely. Which out of the three verticals I mentioned you are excited about?
And we should add up hospitality, because we are in hospitality in a large way. So, every product is quite exciting. You see, now, what happens is, if you take retail malls, it's not that you can produce a retail mall in every area that you do, or you can produce a retail mall every year. But residential, you can keep doing it, and you churn capital. Well, and whereas in office and in retail, you have to look at where the catchment is, and the design parameters are very, very different. But I'll tell you, it gives a different satisfaction once you complete a mall, say 1 million square feet mall. Today we've got the Forum South Bengaluru or the Forum Kochi, which we opened in this financial year. And both are quite doing pretty well, and the footfalls are fantastic. People are coming in, there's consumer spending, and there's a certain amount of joy that comes in. And with those footfalls, it just gives you the energy back to do more. So but then there's a cost, there's a capex, and there's a holding cost. You can't sell this asset unless you sell it as a completed asset, if you do want to, which we did some time ago to Blackstone. But this crop, we definitely want to build. I think there's the big pipeline of malls that we are building, and I think we'll reach about 12 malls in the next 3 years. And that's the game plan. But if you take offices again, we have different segments, whether it's CBD, non-CBD, or it's on the peripherals. So even that, there's now demand has come back for office, and people are taking up space. Companies are committing to larger spaces also. But that, I would say, the office is the least exciting. You just need to build it. Then you look for a good occupier. And I mean, of course, my team tells me we are going to now change the way how the offices are built, and hotelize the offices and make them more exciting. And that is what we are trying to do. And that's where the occupier is also very happy, the way we run the office business. And then, of course, hospitality today, hospitality, people are traveling, and hospitality is also booming well. So all in all, every segment of real estate that we are present in is doing pretty well. The one segment that we need to focus on and probably build more is warehousing. We have just done one warehouse, and I believe there is more potential there.
Great to have you then, Irfan. Thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking with us today.
Thank you.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.